first one that we're doing this week came from Tired Space Wizard at A Gray Jedi, which Gray Jedi, Tired Space Wizard, Obi-Wan, Gray. He was kind of gray. I don't know. I don't mind the handle. He says, hey, at Resistance Broadcast at Star Wars Newsnet, RBATSWNN, as R2-D2 did not get his memory wiped, do you think that R2 knows that Vader was Anakin? It would have to be, I can't read this. It would have been interesting to see what would have happened if they would run into each other on the Tantive IV. John, what do you think about that?
Yeah, you know how I think about that. I'm going to say he did not know that Vader was Anakin. But it's hard to say because R2 didn't have his memory wiped. So he remembers Anakin probably, but was he there? Did he go with Anakin to Mustafar? It's fuzzy to me. Did he go with him?
I don't believe so. Where was the last time we saw R2-D2? Was with Padme, possibly. I don't think he was on the ship that went to Mustafar with Obi-Wan and Padme.
I feel like, and I hate that I can't look it up right now because we're just in the middle of recording, but I could have sworn I remembered Anakin arriving there and saying R2 stay with the ship, but that could be wrong.
Yeah, that's true.
But even so,
But then how did R2 get off of Mustafar in that case then?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, my quick answer here is that I don't think he does know, because if he does, it just makes it really stupid. Because then, they had a brief encounter where they crossed paths in Empire, and then it's just like, oh, he knew he was him. He would have said something to Luke. Like it becomes way too dumb. And you guys know how I feel. Like I don't hate the prequels by any means. I do enjoy them. But the fact that they made all these characters know each other too much just for the sake of fan service really kind of bothered me. You all know that. So my answer, just for the sake of my sanity, is that he doesn't know that Anakin became Vader.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you. The only thing that I would say that even if he did know, I kind of feel like R2 has always been what's the mission at hand? And I'm not painting him in a very good light here, but it's always kind of been like I don't really care. I just am here to do what I do.
He's a mind your own business droid.
I think he's just I guess like he just minds his own business. He's
not a gossip.
I would guess so. I guess he has like a bad mouth, a foul mouth.
He has a foul mouth, but he's not a gossip.
Yeah, I don't think have we ever really heard information from R2? I mean, someone's going to say, yeah, clearly, like this one scene, and I'm just blanking on it. But has R2 ever come in like Lassie and he's like, beep, 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 beep. What? R2? Oh, they're in the place and blah, blah, blah. And we need to figure this out. I think he's just always kind of been there, and if you tell him to do something, he's like, okay, and he just kind of does it. I don't think he ever brings up the past or mentions that he used to do this or something like that.
R2 is like your good old school neighborhood mechanic, and you would go to him, and he would fix everything that you need fixed, and he would always be there and reliable for you, and then he just mind his own business and do his thing.
Yeah, he's like, I don't judge.
Yeah, and then C-3PO's C-3PO's like a hairdresser. He's like the other way around. He's just gossiping constantly.
Yeah, so here's the thing. If Anakin would have ever told R2 or commanded R2 to do something bad, do you think R2 would have not done it? Like because the moral objective of like, no, I know that if I do that, it's going to kill someone, and I'm a good robot. Like I don't really know.
No, yeah, I think he's a good guy. He's definitely a good guy.
I think he's a good guy, but he's never been put in a situation where he was asked to do something morally unjust. You know what I'm saying? They've never really written R2 to be like a character who would do the right thing. I don't think.
He's kind of rebellious though. Like in Jabba's cell barge, he was like snapping back at that guy, and he's like, "You're a feisty little one, but you'll learn respect." Like. No one pushes R2 around.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to
he'll do things for you if he likes you, kind of thing.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next question.
Wait, did you answer his question?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I said, first and foremost, I said, I think I agree with you, but
Oh, okay, yeah.
I always kind of took R2 as this person who, even if he did know, he probably wouldn't really care.
Okay.
Okay. Moving on to the next question. We got Atacan, would you say that? Atacan1138 at
Yes. Nice George Lucas reference there.
ATCNAYDN at Canadin. At Canadian. At Canadian, maybe. I don't know. But let's get to their question.
That's a nice Lucas reference there, though. The 1138.
The 1138. Gotcha. Infinity War was promoted to show all the previous films were leading up to that film, and as a result of this strategy, it made $2 billion. That's twice as much as Dr. Evil asked for. No, he asked for 100 billion, didn't he?
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, do you think Episode 9 can achieve such success if Lucasfilm promotes it accordingly and shows that the first 8 films were leading up to Episode 9?
You want to go first?
Sure. I'm gonna say no, because I think that they're gonna promote it that, like, I don't know, in a way that we're aware that 7 and 8 led into 9, but not 1 through 6 and 7 and 8 led into 9.
Yeah, I hear you.
I don't necessarily think they're going to show us even specific things that are like, here's a trailer and it has like this scene from Episode 7 and this scene from Episode 8 and see the dramatic conclusion. I mean, maybe those words, but I think everything we're going to see is shots from Episode 9. And I just highly doubt that they're going to do anything that really promotes the 1 through 8 story as a whole. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Part of me says that I could kind of see them do it. The dramatic conclusion of the Skywalker saga, you know? They've already, I know. I'm
rolling my eyes.
I know,
That's
John.
why he's saying I know. Yeah.
All right. What's your take on this?
Yeah, it's you know how I feel about the Marvel Star Wars comparison. I don't like the parallels. I think it's two completely different types of storytelling. The Avengers was built up that way from the get-go. The Star Wars saga is a different animal where it's based around this one family, and I just see it as that two completely different things. They happen to be owned under the same umbrella, and I'm sure Bob Iger is very happy about that. But no, I don't think they need to do that. Episode 9 is going to be its own juggernaut. Everyone gets it. They know what's coming. You don't need to promote it by saying in Episode 1 we had a pod race, and then in Episode 2 we had a love, and then it's so unnecessary. We have a new batch of characters here. This is about them. This is about the finality of the Skywalkers. It's just unnecessary to me. And it's not imperative in order for this thing to make a lot of money. I feel the change coming with fandom. I hear a lot less and less about angst towards The Last Jedi, and I hear more positivity and excitement about Episode 9. People like JJ. He's a way more public persona than Rian Johnson. He's going to be out there doing the fun skits, doing the fun stuff, promoting this thing. It's going to have that similar energy to TFA. And I think this thing's going to crush at the box office without needing this type of thing.
All right, I got two things that I've thought of since you started talking. And the first one is that the reason they do the marketing that way for the Avengers movie is because Iron Man, that started the whole thing out, is in Avengers Infinity War. Mm-hmm. And Hulk and Thor and all those movies that were back in the very beginning, those characters are in this movie. And the second thing that I thought of, so it's all lead up, and maybe we would get flashbacks of Episode 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 if Han Solo, as we recognize him, was going to be teaming up with
Right.
Padme. And then Anakin was going to be there standing next to Luke Skywalker. And all of that stuff was like a story where those characters were going to be in episode 9. Then, yeah, you market it like you loved these movies. Now come see this one. That's the one thing. And the other thing is that Infinity War is a cross-franchise thing. They have the Guardians meeting up with Doctor Strange. They have Iron Man meeting up with... I was going to say Thor, but he's met up with Thor again. But like multi ones that haven't met together are now coming together. So if episode 9 was like the culmination of all of the episodic films and also these other Rian Johnson movies and also these other Benioff and Weiss movies, and they were all coming together and they were going to be in this one movie, then yeah, you're going to see clips and pieces of all of them, I think. But that's not happening. This is just the third story of 7, 8, and 9.
Is inspired by Chewbacca in terms of like a character?
Yeah, I think so. Because you know why? Because I think Rocket
is inspired by R2-D2. Yeah. He's small.
Do you really?
He's a wisecrack, and he knows how to get things done.
So then, by association, you think Groot is inspired by C-3PO, as in like a taller, like we don't really know what to think of this guy.
Chewie.
Like,
and I see it. And Star-Lord
so you see
clearly
Chewie
Han
and R2
Solo.
hanging out when you watch Guardians. I see
Drax
that too, but
Drax
like,
is C-3PO.
What I'm saying is, like, when I look at those two, I see Han Solo and Chewbacca going like, oh, I am Groot. And then he's like, what? No, we got to go to the place and do the thing.
Okay,
Chewie,
so maybe it was
we're
like
a
little
team.
bits and pieces.
We're never going to not be a team. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure a lot of these characters were inspired. Like, you're going to tell me Gamora doesn't have a little bit of Princess Leia in her somewhere?
Oh, well, that relationship does remind me a lot of Han and Leia. Yeah. They're back and forth. And like, do they like each other? Do they not? It's right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah. You tricked me into talking about Marvel.
All right, you want to do the third question? We win. We won, Marvel fans. Let's go on to the last one. Grandmaster Galen Marek.
Samuel Allen, big
Marek
fan of the
08.
podcast. Thanks, man.
Yeah. He said, will General Hux use the Knights of Ren Will General Hux use the Knights of Ren to turn on Kylo Ren in episode 9? Yeah, left out a word, but we got through it. I started the last one. You go on this one.
No, I don't think so. Because why would the Knights of Ren listen to General Hux? They're not. They're not a part of the First Order. They just happen to be under Kylo Ren, who is a part of the First Order. So, if anything, they'll turn. They'll eat Hux alive like the hyenas did to Scar at the end of Lion King. Like, and again, we're hoping the Knights of Ren show up, but I don't think so. But I mean, that's a good question. I like it because I think a lot of people are trying to make Hux more relevant again. Than I think you and I agree that Rian Johnson kind of made him a bit of a folly in episode 8. So if he goes back to JJ style or interpretation of General Hux, then he could build up as a villain. But I feel like a lot of people are really trying to build him up because they're trying to look for a way out for Kylo. But I don't see this scenario happen though, Sam. I want to know what you think though. So tweet at me and let me know. James, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm with you, and I think the hyena thing is a great example. Like how would the question be posed? Like, do you think that Simba? I don't know. This is bad. I was gonna say, how do you think Simba would convince the hyenas?
We're gonna do
and it's like,
all
I guess he kind of did do that
possible
in the movie.
Related to Star Wars apparently tonight.
For anybody that's seen the movie Pop Star, I basically just did what they did in that movie, which is one of my favorite lines. Where the guy they used to be 3 people, and then there was 2, and the one guy was really mad about it, and he's like, What do you have when there's 3 people and then you take one away? It's like a tricycle with 2 wheels.
Star?
It doesn't work. What do you have?
What's Pop
Bicycle. Don't use that.
Who was in that?
Pop Star. It's a great movie. It's a comedy.
Is that the sequel
Andy
to Pain and
Samberg,
Gain?
Lonely Island. It could be.
Aside from Star Wars, you watch some bad movies, man, huh?
No, man. First of all, you don't know anything about Pain and Gain, so you have no right to talk on that one. Secondly, is that Pop Star is like a highly rated movie that nobody
saw. If you guys
saw.
listening out there
It was like,
have ever seen Pain
great
and
comedy.
Gain or Pain or Gain, whatever it's called, or Pop Star,
Pain and Gain.
tweet at us at RBATSWNN and let us know, because I don't think there's any of you out there who have seen this, because I've never heard of these movies or seen them. Yeah, I think I saw that.
Have you seen Hot
Rod?
Rod?
I think I saw that on TV. He's like
Hot
Evil
Rod
Knievel?
is the second movie done by those same people. Yeah. So it's Andy Samberg and
that movie stunk.
the other guys from Lonely Island. One of the guys, Hot Rod? All right, we'll move on. So anyway, going back to the hyenas, I did a bad example. What do you have when you have a tricycle with 2 wheels? You got nothing. Bicycle. Don't use that. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't see the Knights of Ren turning on Kylo for Hux. Like, what? I can't imagine what sort of loyalty Hux would have for them that Kylo wouldn't. I feel like we know the Knights of Ren come from people who were with Luke and who turned and who are like emotionally connected to Kylo, you know, to Ben Solo. I just can't possibly imagine. And then from there, they found the First Order and they joined that. But like, so I think first and foremost, they belong to Kylo. He is their master of the Knights of Ren. He commands them to do something. So, hey everyone, thanks for watching that video. And if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and head over to the full episode by clicking this box here. If you want, you can subscribe, and that way you get all the weekly news, you get our discussions, you get information on our giveaways whenever we do them. It's a good time, we promise. Thanks for watching the Resistance broadcast.